And we live. Welcome to another episode of Sleazy Sports. And today, joined by Sile and Shema. What's happening, Jets?
Ah, it was a terrible sporting weekend all round.
Yo, guys, the cricket. Before we
No,
even start
okay,
football,
okay, we've
we have to
touched on
look
it.
at.
We can move on now.
No, bro, like, come on, guys. Like, really, are we that bad? Oh,
I think
okay,
we
you know
just,
what, Shema, you're right. Let's move on. Because I was
yeah.
chatting with
I
Sile
don't know.
and
Did you
in the
guys?
group. Yeah. So
I don't. Did you watch the? Did you watch the cricket today?
not
No.
today. No, not today. But yesterday I did the entire
So I
game.
think you need to. There's a funny incident that happened with Sri Lankan batter Matthews. I didn't know that there's a
Oh,
timeout that by law. So if there's a dismissal, the next batsman has 2 minutes to be at the crease waiting to face the ball. I didn't know that there was such a rule. So he took his time, and then he had an issue with his helmet, and then he got timed out. Like basically, he didn't face the ball, nothing. But yeah, it was out.
He needs to get
Watch
fined
it.
for that. By
Yeah, no,
did
the
they
team
move?
is yeah,
so I think what happened was he had an issue with his helmet. So like that strap broke. So he was trying to and then
even
Shakib goes up to the umpire and he
yeah.
says, and then he requests it. And then afterwards, after he's given out, he goes to the umpire and he says, "No, it's not that I was dilly dallying. I actually, I was trying to get this thing right." And then the umpire asks Bangladesh to withdraw their appeal,
And they
and
said
they
nope.
don't. So,
Yeah.
But what started the whole thing is it wasn't even the strap, by the way. Bangladesh were behind with a what's it that overrate.
oh, the overrate.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
Yeah.
that's what started
yeah,
the whole thing. In that Bangladesh was trying to hurry up because they were very behind.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
remember, I think you get fined for it if I recall correctly.
yeah.
But yeah, it was. I was watching and I see this guy is out for zero balls faced, and
Yeah.
he was livid. But anyway, enough
Mm.
about that.
It is what it
I
is.
feel like I haven't been here. I haven't graced your. I haven't been here in a while, guys.
Yeah, like even like I felt like you guys didn't want to come onto my channel, like I thought maybe I did something to you guys. I looked at my club, I'm like, it can't be Man United. United are not even doing great this season, It has to be something else. But it's good to have you guys back. Like to be fair, it's good to see you guys. It's
Nah, I
good to
think from
see
my
everyone
side, it's
well.
it's 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 that yeah, it's that time of the year where everyone is trying to round off things and it just gets fuck. So it gets
Are we
Is it
losing
mine?
this guy?
Oh,
No,
for a change, it's not mine.
Upan. I'm taking a screenshot. Hold on. This is
Yeah,
perfect.
please. Yeah.
This is what we
Yeah,
need in our lives.
we do.
Let me drop it to you, X.
Yeah, big time,
but been
bro.
good.
Eh, it's him. It's not me, National.
No, it's not you,
Yeah, it's
For a
it's
Mr.
it's
change.
Nguban.
yeah, it's
What's
me.
happening?
It's telling me. So I'm in my office, and my office normally has terrible network coverage.
Yeah.
So I've got everything wired in. So now I'm on my phone, and it's not wired. So I might need to
Yeah.
move that side, but it's fine. I'll leave the chat and I'll come back.
I don't know. Worries. No worries. No worries. So yeah, Shabba, let's get cracking, bro. Let's start off with my team since my team result was so. I'm not sure if you are.
A positive, a positive. So I caught the okay. The only football I caught was the last like 30 minutes of your game and
Yeah.
most of our game. I think I missed the first. I missed like 10 minutes in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, your game. So I watched the last 30 minutes and then I sent my brother a message. I'm like, you guys are absolute dross. Like, what the
Yo.
hell is going on? And then he replies to me and he's like, okay, but you didn't see we had a goal disallowed and
Ah,
something about a dodgy offside or something like that. So I'm like, okay, look, I didn't see it. So maybe you did deserve to win. But from what I saw, that last 30 minutes, you guys, it's like those 11 people never saw each other before in their lives. and they
Mm,
just decided, hey, let's go play some football. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Fulham weren't really creating chances, but
bro.
they were solid. You were not gonna you would have had to beat them. They were not gonna roll over for you. And
100.
I thought they deserved a point just on that last 30 minutes. But yeah, that even that goal, like, okay, fine, Bruno has quality, but like the build up to that goal was just, it was like
Yeah,
terrible. Like no one wanted the ball. When it fell to their defenders, they just wanted to get rid of it. When it fell to the
yeah,
forwards, they just wanted to swing their foot at it and hope for the best. And then bouncing, 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 falls to the one guy that has a little bit of quality.
yeah.
And at the end of the day, that quality was the difference.
Yeah, I mean, on my end, Shiva, bro, like for me, it's still unsustainable. As much as we
Mm,
got the 3 points, I'm I always look at the grand scheme of things, and from a grand scheme of things perspective, I just feel like um, there's something going on with our club. I mean, the fall off has been so crazy. Like, I mean, from last season, and I'm not saying that we were amazing last season, but we were more organized, we were more disciplined, as far as how we maintained our shape, and it wasn't easy for teams to play through our midfield. I think Ten Hag needs to revert to the tactics that he ultimately had to implement after we lost to, I think it was Brentford. Remember when Brentford piped us 4-0?
mm.
I think that's when he realized, you know what, let's go back to being compact and instead of trying to press from the front. This thing of him trying to press from the front, we don't have the quality of players to play in that manner. And it's really making us look frail. If we play, if we continue to play like this and we meet a team like Liverpool, you guys are gonna give us 7 again. Like we just need to play against the quality of like side because I just feel like we're
Like
just
City
fortunate
last
that
week.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? Or even Newcastle, bro. I mean, if we would play Newcastle, full strength Newcastle team, not their B team, with Isak, with Wilson, with everyone,
With
we would
Sanoli.
get hammered, bro. We would get hammered heavy. It's only Chelsea that wouldn't hammer us, because I mean, same WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Both of our teams are
Okay,
just
hold
out
on, hold
there.
on, hold on. I
Oh,
was waiting
here,
for
here
Yes,
this.
it comes.
facts.
Hold on, hold on.
Here it
No, no,
comes.
Yes,
not
Here
here
it
it
comes.
comes.
facts.
Not here it comes.
If
You
only
know
your
what
team could defend the goal like how you defend your team.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I'm gonna leave this chat. I'm joking. So let's, and this is me being very biased towards Chelsea right now.
Mhm.
There's a perception that Man United and Chelsea are on par right now, performance wise. I don't think so. Okay. And the reason I don't think so is I'm looking at us play. We've got there's a pattern. There's formation. There's you can see what the team is trying to do. And then on the flip side, and admittedly, I watch a lot of Man United football, and I know everyone thinks
Because you're obsessed. Just say you're
I'm
obsessed.
obsessed.
Tell
Yeah,
me
no,
why
no.
you're obsessed.
But I watch a lot of football. And then I look at Man United. So I look at Man United this past weekend. Sure, you've got injuries, but I can't identify you guys. I don't know if I'm the only one.
No, you're
Yeah,
I,
not.
you
there
know.
isn't an identity in your style of play. There isn't. It's one of those where it has to be individualistic play combined two brilliant players, and that's that. That's how you get your goals. But with Chelsea on the other hand, I think the injury to that French player, I forgot his name now.
Nkunku.
The French player, Nkunku, yeah, that really took us aback because I think, and it's spilt milk now. You can't cry over it, but I've got to. Had we had him from the start, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in. So I do think we just won up Man United. And I'm purely basing this on the noise that's going on around the club and the style of play. Everyone keeps on saying the noise around the club shouldn't really factor what goes on the pitch. The unfortunate thing, right now, social media amplifies everything that happens within a club. Whether it's Rashford being going out on his birthday, rightfully so, but give it context. It was the kid's birthday. He's not a kid anymore, he's 26. But like the way that it came out, and then you've got the manager saying that it's unacceptable, which I feel was maybe lost in translation. English is not his first language. I don't think that's what he meant where he said it's unacceptable, because I think the wording doesn't suit the actual crime, because you have to put it in context. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was watching Alan Shearer and who's the other guy? Gary Lineker. And Gary Lineker was like, he's going for his birthday. It was probably planned before the game. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Footballers are human. And Alan Shearer is like, well, if he went for supper with the missus, or they went to like a nice restaurant or something like that, but no, they went to a club after you've lost 3-0, after you've gotten a hiding from your neighbors. And Shearer was like, I get the context, but no, that you cancel. You cancel that. Maybe you go the week after or whatever the case is,
When the
but
noises died down.
when the noise has died down, because you're asking for trouble. I mean, if you go to the restaurant, like that can be, guys got to eat, right? Go to the
Yeah.
restaurant, that can be spun completely differently. Um, but because it went to a nightclub, and I don't know if he took any other players with him, but
I'm sure
that's
Sancho was
why.
there.
Sergio,
Thank you was there.
probably Sergio's nightclub for all we know. Um, yeah, that's why things escalated the way they escalated. And then, just to your point, Sinclair, when I watch Chelsea play, and it's not that often, you guys look like, and I don't even want to say unpolished diamond. It's like you found a stone and it may or may not be a diamond. We're gonna have to
It might be a
polish it to
turd.
see. It might
It might
it
be a
might
turd.
be. It might be. But I do see like a plan of action. Like I
Mm.
do see you try to get Enzo on the ball as much as possible because he's your best player. I do see chances being created for Jackson and Mudrick holding the width, and it's
Palmer.
like it's not working, but there's something, and maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't, but there's something. If everybody played in completely white kits and you couldn't see their faces, I'd be able to see, yeah, this looks like Chelsea. With United, I'd be like, the fuck is going on here?
Thank you.
I said this earlier, Sidle, when you were off. It looks like 11 bras that you've met 10 guys after the pub,
We
and
don't
now
train together.
you're going for a
We,
kickabout afterwards.
yep. We don't
You
train
never
together.
see
We
this.
only meet. We
Yeah,
only meet on match day.
yeah. That's exactly what it is. You've got one guy who can always do something for you. So you try to give him the ball no matter what's going on, even if he's not in a position to receive it. And that guy knows that he's the one guy that's going to do something. So he basically just plays hero ball, which actually doesn't help the team at all. And
Mhm.
that's how you get your wins. Rashford is world class at one particular type of play, and that's
So
it.
he's got one set. He's
You
got one
can't.
set of
He's
skills.
got he's got one trick. He's a one trick
Yeah.
pony. He's very very good at that one trick, which is hitting you on the break, coming on his right foot and slotting one in. Like he's absolutely brilliant at that. The minute he doesn't have space, sorry, or he's got to beat a man with a bit of skill, or he's got to go outside or just do something different, he falls short. So again, Bruno, I don't think he should be captain because of his behavior, but as a footballer, he is good enough
He's
to
the
keep you
savior.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shiva, you know how I feel about Bruno Fernandes.
I know how you feel about
You
Bruno
know,
Fernandes, but how
uh,
much of it is necessary? It's like I
mm,
know you don't like him because he gives the ball away too much. He doesn't. He's always complaining about something, and he's a little bit annoying. But
He
at
whinges.
the end
He
of the day, he
whinges too
wins.
much.
Yeah, he does. But he also wins you games, right?
eh, he's got great output. That's one thing I can give it to him. But the
Yeah,
thing is that you just made some. You just said something. I think Sitler just said something that's very important. It's to the detriment of the team the way
it
he
is to the
played.
detriment of the team because
Yeah.
he's he doesn't make the team better.
Mm,
Like it's not he doesn't make Rashford a better player. He just might find Rashford in space because he's an excellent passer. But he won't make a run that'll give Rashford the space to, you know, hit someone on the break.
yeah. I
Or he
just
won't
think
But
that.
help with an overload
it's
or
but it's not all gloom and heartache at United.
It is.
I think Onana is coming right, and this is coming from the Keepers Association because I played indoor keeper.
Yeah, I know
Um,
you pretty much like him, dog. Leaking goals and shit. I'm pleading. I'm pleading. I'm pleading.
the one scary thing with
Yeah.
keepers and I think footballers as a whole is
Mm,
strikers more often than not is they confidence players, so to put it, in that once their confidence gets a knock, it starts to show. Their head starts looking down, and they start second guessing themselves. And as a keeper, unfortunately, you can't. As a striker, you can't also, because keeper is the last line of defense, and striker is facing the last line of defense. So it's that. And I honestly thought he did take a hammering. There were quite a few performances that he had that were abysmal, that were terrible, because he
no.
was brought in. He was brought in to play from the back, and the one thing that he was brought in to do, he wasn't doing. But I
Mm,
think right now he's strong mentally. The real question at hand is in the next 2 months, because you've got Africa coming up. So what
ish.
does the manager do? Do you bench him in December and trying to introduce your second keeper? I don't even know who your second keeper. Or you just play with him up until he has to go to Africa the first week of Jan, and then whoever comes in has to just come in. Because remember, you brought him for wanting to play at the back. So whichever keeper comes in has to either fulfill that role or you're going to change the whole system. And if you change your whole system, then you look idiotic in that why do you let David go then in the first place? Because
100%.
that January month is going to be huge for everybody.
Mm,
I think
I
they've
know.
got to change their system. Because whatever, well, I use the word system loosely. They've
Whatever
got to,
that thing is called.
yeah, they've got to, because it's not working. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys did win, right? But we all agree you won because at the crucial moment, Bruno had a little bit more quality than everybody else on the pitch. That's why you won. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
anyone's gonna deny that. But
Yeah.
like, what are you trying to be a possession-based team? Are you trying to be a high pressing team? Are you trying to counter attack? Are you trying to play in transitions? Are you trying to get it wide and cross it? Are you trying to get the ball down and play through the middle and tire people out?
Are you trying to
I
give
don't
it to,
know.
to, to Mason Mount in the middle to go right ahead and
Ish.
just dribble everyone? Yeah.
Ish.
So there's a lot of what are you honestly?
I
Mm,
honestly, I actually, and you guys are going to disagree with me, but I actually don't think Ollie did such a bad job right now. Look, at the end, he tailed off. I'm not denying that, but he had, like, you knew what United were going to do,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
It
Sit back.
Look, it wasn't on the level, and I'm sure Ten Hag will get past this, but I could see this is United. This is how they're going to play. They're going to try to hit you on the counter. We knew that when teams sat deep, you couldn't break them down.
Yeah.
But if you had Oli this season, you would probably be in the conversation for top four.
Nah. I bet
They
you
would
would.
have been found by now, because I think
Yeah.
the reason why he started dipping is the teams found
Well,
him.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think the one thing I love with Oli is he was not shameless, and this is the type of football that we play.
Hmm.
With Baldy over here. No one can tell what type of football he plays, but his arrogance and his head is so
Yes.
big and it's so
In his
swollen.
mind,
You
he's
swear they're
playing
playing like
2011
it doesn't
Barcelona football.
Mm.
like it. So your skill set or what you're good at and your arrogance, they should always go hand in hand. You can't be an arrogant prick, but yet still you can't back up that arrogance. You look at
Yep.
basketball players, they know within the spheres of arrogance as to where they should be. You look at hip hop, you look at Kanye West. Kanye West has got every right to be as arrogant as he wants because he can back it up. And then you look at Pep. Pep's arrogance, everyone understands. Everyone's like, you don't have a choice
I
but to
actually want
understand.
to go a little bit closer to home there, and I want to say
You
Jose
look at
Mourinho.
Klopp. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jose, a lot of people hate Jose. I don't. I
I
love
I
the
don't.
also,
man.
I don't.
I
I
also
think
don't.
I love the
he's
man
an
because
absolute genius. Because even when he comes out and he says something, and you're like, this guy has lost the plot. His ego's gotten the best of him. He's like too old for the game now. He's way too arrogant. The game's moved on. 2 years later, you're sitting there. You're like,
he,
hey,
re-
Exactly.
he
He like
reinvented
Jose was
himself.
actually,
right.
So
actually.
one attribute that Mourinho had or has that a lot of people overlook is the ability to take the noise away from his players and channel all that noise to
To
him
himself.
as the
Yeah.
manager.
Yeah.
What Ten Hag fails to do is just that: protect his players. With
Yeah.
Ten Hag, I feel if any of his players had to do wrong on social media, he doesn't really come out to say we're protecting, not protecting, protecting, not protecting. The only time that I see, I actually felt Mourinho went a bit overboard is that whole gripe with Pogba. I don't know if you guys remember that whole because they ended up not liking each other. Where
I
at
Yeah.
mean,
first,
he
Mourinho
was
said
right.
What did he say?
he
Shivati,
He
was
he
was.
right.
said.
He was right.
Yeah, we only found out 5 years later. But
Yeah, but
I
he was
mean,
right. He
he
called
was
But
right.
he was
as a
right.
leader, the ability to take the noise away from your players and let them just focus on the game, that in itself is an invaluable skill to have in the EPL. Because unfortunately, EPL has a lot of noise, like a lot of
Yeah.
noise.
I know that's true. That's so true, true. But guys, I'd like us to shift our conversation to other teams. I think that's enough United talk. I mean, 20
Let's go
minutes.
A for Arsenal
Yeah, let's go
and the
for the Newcastle.
Ateta rant.
Yeah, and I tried inviting Adam, and unfortunately, he blue ticked me. Like literally blue ticked me.
I
So
think he's still
yeah.
drunk. He's drunk and he's waiting
Yeah.
for Champions League. He's got Champions League this week.
Oh yeah, he does. He does. Second leg
So
against Dortmund.
so
Yeah.
Ah,
so
so
I watched the game.
Mm.
Geez, guys, freaking hell. VAR is properly, actually, English VAR is properly messing up the game.
It is.
I'm gonna
It
say
is.
they
Because
deserved it. I'm gonna say Arteta deserved what he got. But continue.
of the previous comments that he made. I'm
Because
hearing
of
you, I'm
what he said.
conflicted.
Because of so what he said about Klopp when Klopp was going on about the whole Tottenham thing. He's
Yep.
like, no, these things even out. We must try to respect the
Now they must even out.
referees.
Now they
And
must even
now,
out.
and now, now it's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. All of that rubbish. But when
Yeah.
Nah.
Klopp was, what needs to happen is all of these managers need to put their egos aside and come together and
And say,
say,
guys,
guys,
yep,
this is not working.
yep.
We need to do something about it.
Because every weekend, it's a different team. The one thing
It is.
that VAR
Every
is
weekend it's a
good
different
at,
team.
they are consistent in denying everyone. Like,
Everyone, everyone.
And then
like
what do you dog?
Even if you're not a
that,
Premier League team, even if you're playing like one of those charity games, they will
Yeah.
they
find a
still
way.
eat you.
They will,
Yeah,
if you need to, like, if you score your fifth goal and then you can donate an extra £1 million or something,
Mm,
they will rule that off. That fifth goal
yeah.
will get ruled off.
so the
But let's be
incident,
fair. Let's
the
be fair.
incident,
Oh,
yeah, the
sorry.
incident that happened. Sorry, the incident, the goal. Yeah, okay. So there's three parts to this, and I feel VAR got all three wrong. Like if you get three things wrong, that are presented to you,
Okay.
then something is wrong with you. Okay, cool. So did the ball cross the line? That's the first thing. What was the second thing? Was there a handball? And I think the third thing was the foul. And the first part, did the ball cross the line? They said it's inconsistent because didn't have a camera. Okay, cool, that's fine.
Oh,
I can't remember the second one, but I'll remember it now. The
So,
third one
so
is,
with that, are they saying the on-field decision was that you play on? We don't have sufficient evidence to overrule it.
yes,
Okay,
that's
that
exactly what they said.
I can
Yeah,
understand
so
that.
I can understand it. The foul on Jesus, on Gabriel, sorry, not Jesus, on Gabriel.
Carol
That
Gabriel.
was, yeah, there was something else. Because the slower that the cameraman made it, the worse it became. And I know that slow motion makes it worse, as you
yeah,
said.
it makes it
But I'm
worse,
like,
especially red
no, man.
cartels. Yeah.
No, man. But yeah, and sorry, I'll let you guys speak just now.
Mhm.
To Ateta going on disgraceful and whatnot, he is asking for a fine,
Yeah.
and in
Yes.
him asking for a fine, he's a hypocrite, to be honest. Okay, and I feel he's trying to operate at an intensity level like Pep, where it has to be at that high level of intensity when Arsenal are playing, and he has to carry that also when he does the interviews, and then it puts the club owners, because I saw that Arsenal issued out a statement. It puts them in an awkward position because the intensity is what's giving them results, but they know at the back of the mind that they will get a fine for uttering such. So, and if you look historically, he's been these things happen in football. Football is
Hmm.
Yeah.
it's not science, and
Yeah,
now it's happening to him. So now it's
yeah. So
disgraceful.
fuck
Get the
that
fuck
guy
out of
in
here.
particular. But also, but also, but also, I
Yeah.
think we can all agree that the best interview we've ever heard about a referee was when a certain someone had nothing to say.
Mourinho, it's like, I don't have anything to say. I'll get in
I have
trouble.
nothing to
And
say.
then
Yeah.
My favorite part was when he said if he wants to throw away his money, he'd rather give it to charity than that organization. And I'm like, dude, just we need you. We need Jose
Yeah.
back in the league.
And he's still getting red cards in Serie A because even this
but that's
weekend, I
him.
think,
That's the type of
yeah.
manager that he is.
Yeah. But it is what it is. Like Shiva, this question that I was gonna ask, you've pretty much answered. Like with Arteta, he is very hypocritical in the sense that when VAR calls go his way, he never
It's
comes out
fine.
and speaks
Yeah,
against
it's
it.
fine. Let's
He
move on.
didn't.
Let's
Like
move on, guys.
Apparently,
for,
Havertz was supposed to get sent off for something,
yeah,
Not
but I
apparently.
didn't
Not
hear
exactly,
him.
bro.
apparently. That was a proper rate.
That was a
He
proper raid, bro. Even the
I've got a
momentum.
picture. I'll show you the
Yeah.
picture of it. He didn't have control of the tackle. It was mid-air, starts showing. There was a raid. There was
And
a proper raid,
There
and
and
the
you
he
go.
doesn't want to
momentum.
talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
and the momentum, bro. More than anything, Sihle, did you see how that dude was flying, bro?
No,
He
he took him
flew
out.
into that tackle, bro.
And the
Who did
weird
he
part is
tackle?
that this was by the line. This is like not even in
Um,
in like a threatening area.
yeah, I forgot. Was it Gordon or I forgot who it was? Longstaff. No, it was
Uh,
Longstaff. I think it was Sean Longstaff that he tackled. Um,
Hold on.
No injury or anything, right?
no, nothing. But
Nah.
still, yo, that was for me. For me, that from even without without the VAR check, bruh, just seeing that on TV, I was like, damn, that should be a red. But of course, he didn't. He got a yellow. He got away with
And
murder.
that yellow was suspect, eh? That
What?
yellow, it wasn't even borderline. Like, you know those orange cards that you get where they say it's like it's borderline. It's not really. It's not red, but it's past the yellow mark. That wasn't. That was like proper straight up red. As in, had he caught him properly, that's an injury on his ankle. Done. Season over.
Yeah, ish, dude. Yes. Yo, for me, man, it is what it is. Arsenal just need to get over this. I mean, we've all experienced this. I mean, Shiva, with Liverpool, you experienced this. I think
Chelsea
it wasn't
experienced it with
again.
the penalty that wasn't
Yeah,
given. And we
You
had to
see what I
move
mean?
on.
Yeah, we had to move on. Even for Liverpool, I recall when PG Moore like screwed you guys over like heavily, and we all saw that you guys were meant to get the result. But I just don't get why it's bad in England. But when you watch Serie A, because I watch Serie A, I'm a Juventus supporter as well. So I do watch Juve games, and it's it does this seems to it seems to be working perfectly fine there. Even in La Liga, it
Remember when
works
I when I
perfectly fine.
remember when I started, I said the English
Mm,
VAR is messing up football.
Mhm.
yeah,
In in Syria are none of that. In
none of
Spain, there's like none of that.
yeah,
It's just England. The tackle was
yeah,
on Longstaff, yeah.
yeah. It was on
I
Longstaff.
think
Yeah,
maybe it's just a case of look, the refs don't want to overrule their mates, or there's some ego involved. Like
Yeah, it's
yeah,
because
it's
sometimes
Shiva,
guys, look,
Shiva.
I
I
can
don't know if you remember.
understand the things like I can understand. I'll go back. Curtis Jones red card. I can
yeah.
understand. Look, it's the wrong decision, but
Mhm.
But
I can understand the thought process and why it was given. So it's
the
the wrong
Jota,
decision, but I can, process it. It makes sense on another day, even it's yada 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 yada. But like an offside is an offside. Are you on this side of the line or are you on
or
that
are you
side
on
of
the
the
other
line?
side? Yeah.
How
Yeah,
how hard is
So
it? And it
Shiva,
sounds like this one with Havertz was also cut and dry.
yeah,
You
it
yeah.
know,
was. It's Shiva. You know the point that you made on they don't want to overrule their mates. I don't know
Mm,
if you remember when cricket moved over to the Fourth Empire. Do you remember there was
yeah,
always that reluctance of the Fourth Empire coming in, stepping in on calls that the on-field empire had already made. That took some time. It took probably 3-4 years before the Fourth Empire had the right to go right ahead and call out that, hey, you might want to
you mean the third
relook that
umpire?
particular third empire. Yes, you might want
Yeah,
to relook that particular decision. So this one, I think it's that Americanness in
but
that
I
American
also think
police.
in
They
cricket
always stick
they
together.
didn't quite understand how it was supposed to work, and
Mhm.
then when they introduced the umpire's call, it all kind of settled because what the umpire's call is, it's if it's clipping the stump, but it is within our margin of error, then the on field decision stands.
Yeah,
Mm.
Because then the technology cannot say that the umpire was wrong.
yeah,
If it's missing, then it's the technology is accurate enough to say that the on field decision was right or it
it's
was wrong.
incorrect.
Move
Yeah,
it this way. And you can't really do that in football. I
Yeah.
so
suppose you could do it with offsides,
Mm.
but I also think we need to relook at our offside law because, for me, if this is the defender and you're like there, that
your
shouldn't be
arm your
offside.
arm is sticking your arm is
Yeah,
sticking
like
out, your
at
elbow is
some
sticking
point
I
out.
give
now
the give the
it is.
benefit to the attacker, right? But if
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
like offside, then obviously, like if there's daylight, if you're like
Yeah.
here, like then you're offside, right? That's how I think it should be because the point of the rule was to stop people camping in the box. Um,
Yeah.
so
but also,
aside
guys,
from offside, which you can say margin of error, you can't do that in soccer. You can't. It's that's a high foot or it's not a high foot. It
Yeah.
planted on the guy's ankle. It's not planted on the guy's ankle. Like
I remember, this is like beginning of the year, and I was thinking, it's like, wouldn't it be a step forward for VAR to be transparent? When I say transparent, the calls that you get on cricket, the calls that you get on in rugby,
yeah,
um, where the
yeah.
ref is speaking and you can hear why the ref is making that particular call. And I was like, that would be brilliant. And then I realized we're not ready for it.
Mm.
Why
You
are
know
we
when I
not ready
realized
for
that?
it?
you know when Liverpool asked for, was it Liverpool that were
Oh
requested for
yeah.
the audio?
Oh yes. Yes.
Yes,
That was a disgrace. That was
that was a shit.
absolutely disgraceful.
That was a
Yep.
But
yeah.
it has to happen, right? It has to happen. We have to know what they're talking about, and I actually think the whatever the offside um, technology they had during the World Cup, that needs to come in, and we need to say we either trust this or we don't trust this. If we trust it, then that's how
That's
we
the way
judge
to go.
offsides.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we judge offsides, right? It's
Mm.
like goal line technology, where I think it was Villa who scored a goal that didn't, or scored a goal that crossed the line, or it was
It
Sheffield United.
was,
Yeah, it
yeah, it
was
was this
over,
much.
but
Yeah.
the watch didn't ring. Like, you're like, okay, the technology failed, but we trust the technology, so I can understand why the ref gave that decision. It's not his
But you,
fault.
do you know who provides this goal line technology for EPL? Hawkeye.
Who?
Do you know who Hawkeye is, right?
Hawkeye is the
Yeah.
people who do
Come
tennis
on. They do tennis and they do cricket,
and they
but
do
yet
cricket.
still in
Yeah.
football they get it wrong. Yeah, and then in
Well,
football they get
I
it
mean,
wrong.
there was one instance where they've got it wrong, right? And that was actually, it wasn't really the tracking. It was more that the watch didn't ring, so it wasn't
But
really there.
if you ever heard of such a call in tennis, Wimbledon, freaking final where it fails. No, it's
So
not going to.
I see where you're going. I see where you're
Ah,
going, and I'm not going to ask the question. I'm just going to make this gesture, and we will move on our way. We
Yeah,
will
yeah,
move on our way,
yeah.
because
But
I
imagine.
I see where you're going. Because someone else made the point that how is it that this sport has so much money in it? Like, it's quite
Yo,
comfortably, quite comfortably the most popular sport in the world. Like, FIFA
religiously.
probably turn around more than most countries, right?
mm,
But other sports have better technology than us. How?
I
How
can
is
tell
that
you.
possible?
I can tell you. It
How?
is because it is rotten from the top, just like South
Yep.
Africa, where
Yep.
it becomes part of the it becomes part of the system and how we operate. That there has to be a bit of corruption here and there, and it
Hmm.
becomes it becomes the culture of the organization because it's coming from
Yep.
up top.
Yep.
I
Maybe
don't know.
there's just too much money in football.
In that they have to scheme from the top.
Yeah.
It's too.
Ah.
But
Anyway,
yeah,
Why
but
is,
anyway,
what's his name? That guy with the lame jokes. What's his name? Infantino, the guy who feels Qatari or whatever. Why would he step in to try and improve the decision for the small club when he can just go buy a yacht? Like, why? That's how. That's the way the game is gone.
and I'm not
that's
saying there isn't corruption in rugby, in any other sport, in horse racing, in cycling. But when you hear it, it's not as administrative as it is rampant in football. And
Yeah.
it's
Dude,
honestly,
they don't even feel like, they don't even try to hide it. They don't
they
feel
don't.
bad about it at all. I was watching. There was
Which
a
one?
video about how Saudi Arabia got the World Cup,
Or is it that FIFA
and
corruption one? Is it
no,
the
no,
yeah,
no,
other?
the
no, no, no,
Netflix
no,
one,
no, no, no. It's not that. No, that was Qatar. This was Saudi Arabia, the upcoming one.
Oh, the
And it was something
2034.
like,
2020,
yeah,
34. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
34.
it
Yeah,
was something about so the nation, like, each nation has a vote. So you work
Yeah.
on a one nation, one vote principle.
Uh,
And this one guy had a meeting with some Saudi prince or whatever, and and then his country got like a school, or I don't know, I don't remember the details. And now that's another vote for Saudi Arabia. And
100%.
there were two countries that were not part of FIFA, and then they were made part of FIFA, and now Saudi Arabia's got two more votes. And then the worst one was something about the stadiums, and I think it was Qatar. So something about the stadiums. You needed to have 10 stadiums that met FIFA's requirements,
yeah.
and you needed to have at least four that were already built, and then 6 in progress. But then with Saudi, they only had 2, and then that week FIFA changed the rule from 4. They brought it down to 2, and
Don't
then
say they changed. They just bent the rules to suit whoever they want the winner to be.
Yeah,
they just yeah.
it's
But anyway,
crazy.
back to
So it's
football.
like
Villa
blatant.
Villa took an L.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know if you guys saw that, or you're not
I
interested.
saw it.
Yeah.
I watched it because I mean the
Villa took an
cricket.
L.
Yeah, I mean like when the cricket when when I was looking at the cricket and I was like, you know what, this looks bleak. I tuned into Villa, and yeah, man, Nottingham Forest, dude. Hey, that team. That's the thing about Nottingham Forest. They can surprise you at times, bro. At times you'd
Oh yes,
expect, yeah,
I watched the second half of that game. Sorry,
yeah.
I thought I only watched it 2, but I watched the second half of that game. That guy, he's probably still offside. Like wherever he is, he's offside. What's his name? Like he must be. That's how you judge the offside rule. Where is this bra standing? Wherever that bra is standing, you are offside. Because I
Yeah.
mean, what you have like 7 offsides or something.
Hey, dude. What's his name? Ish. And
It's,
I don't know.
And
I
he's
don't.
actually from our youth academy. Well, not from our youth academy, but he's one of those where we signed him, set him out on loan, and then he couldn't get a work permit. I forgot his name. Nigerian
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, the buff one. The,
Yeah,
the yeah, I forgot it. Yeah, the big guy. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, man, he's. Ish.
yeah, but I think they're gonna work on it. But on Forest surprising you, they don't surprise you often enough, and I
Yeah.
think that's going to be to their detriment. And I think this weekend was a weekend of like weird football where I think the dust is settling because I think this was what game week 11.
Yeah.
So you're starting to see teams having found out what other teams play like because they've watched they've assessed them and they've got an understanding. You look at Liverpool and Luton. There was
Did
a
you just call us Liverpool?
Yes, I did. There was a brilliant game to watch in that the Luton
That
treated
was
the game
so
like a cup game.
frustrating.
Where
Continue.
they treated it like a cup game where
Yeah.
they were very compact at the back and they waited for a chance, kind of like what sometimes how quick Liverpool is at scoring goals from their own defense, from that like their own 18 area. They did that to you guys, and conceding that goal in 95th whatever minute gutted them. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to the Luton game against Man United.
Bro, we already beat Luton, bro. We'll beat them again. What the fuck, dog?
Yeah, so X is sitting there so peacefully, and he just
Like
catches
this guy's acting
strays.
like I didn't beat Luton. We already beat Luton, bro. It was an ugly result, but we won, bro. What the hell? What
No,
the hell?
Nah, but I think you're playing. Aren't you playing them? You're playing them. You've got Europe, and then your next game. I think your next game is against them.
Oh, it is
I could
against
be
them. Yeah,
wrong.
yeah. Let me see. Oh no, I'm talking about Sheffield. Sorry, my bad, man. Because those are the two teams that are like right there at the bottom.
you know when okay, 2 things happened a while ago. Everton lost to Luton, and I'm like, of course Everton will lose to Luton. Of course it'll be Everton. Like
And
if
then
there's
what
one
happens?
team that will go to Luton and lose, it will be Everton, right? And then I think it was last week. No, it was this week. Sorry, because I caught the end of the United game, and then I saw Everton were 1-0 up against Brighton. I'm talking to my cousin. I'm like, United and Everton will not win on the same weekend. It's not going to happen. United and Everton will not win on the same weekend. And then Everton concede. I'm like, see, I told you. So I mean, both teams are just equally bad right now. If Everton could lose to
Not
Luton, who's to say United can't?
Yeah, man. We had Old Traffic, bro. Theater of
Okay,
Nightmares.
no. Then I think he'll give them a hiding. I
Yeah,
think
not even a
nah,
hiding. It's not a hiding. Come
nah.
on, Shiva.
nah.
Yeah, but me,
You
it's,
wait.
yeah.
Guys,
Wait.
let's
Okay, wait.
let's be
Let's see your
honest here,
next
right?
games. Let's see your next
Luton
games.
are the let's be honest, right? Luton are the worst team I've seen in in the Premier League.
Yeah.
No,
They're
no,
not like
no,
Like
that. I said Derby
no.
County,
They're
bro.
bad. They're bad, but they're not that bad.
I know, I think they are that bad. I think
Do
they are
you
that
remember?
bad.
Do you remember Derby County finished
I
with
remember
Let's
Derby.
see.
I remember Derby, and I remember
16
them getting
points
a
or
hiding
something?
every week. But I
Yeah.
remember also them having patterns of play and being able to move the ball around. Luton just looked like,
You can.
okay,
They're
obviously they
dry.
do have a pattern of play. Luton looked like, oh well, like that same team, when me and the 10 bras from the pub, like now the
This is
10
after a
bras,
few.
the bartender has now come and now he's our coach. So now we know what we're doing. We're still shit, but now we know what we're doing. That's what
And
Luton
then
are. They know
at
what they're
half,
doing, but like
yeah,
they're just
and
shit.
at half time you're downing a beer, bro. They
Yeah,
just, just to cool yourself off there. Yeah, man.
yeah,
But at the same time, I just think Luton. I don't think Luton wanted to come up to the Premier League. They were
They
just
weren't ready for
shocked.
prime time. Yeah.
Yeah, they
no, they
weren't
weren't.
ready.
They weren't.
They were just shocked that they managed to
Mm,
get themselves there,
yeah,
So even
like
with the manager, like there's no pressure. I don't think there
yeah.
is any pressure on him to do
For
much. They
them,
don't
like
mind going down.
if
Yeah,
they finish 19th, that's
yeah,
actually a good season for them, right?
Because
hundred
they went
percent.
up.
Because they get slightly more money than if they finish 20th,
Yeah,
right? And that's literally like no one expects them to survive. Their fans are just here to enjoy the ride.
yeah.
Like, and it's
They,
not
They've,
it's
they've
not a knock on
upgraded.
them, right?
They've
it's
upgraded the
not.
stadium thanks to
Yeah,
the broadcast money.
yeah. They'll get their 60 mil when they get relegated, to
Yeah,
be their windfall, and that'll sustain the club for another 10 years.
and I
So,
mean, do you know that Luton are actually 17th, guys?
yeah, they're not in the relegation zone.
They're
It's
not.
Sheffield, Burnley, and Everton.
And Bournemouth,
Wait,
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Ooh,
no,
Yeah,
Bournemouth,
Bournemouth.
Everton is 16th. It's the
Everton
two
is
Bs in
16th.
Yeah.
Sheffield.
Mm. But the thing
Mm,
is, Bournemouth can win a game. Like they can get a result.
yeah,
They can
very
beat one
true.
of the
Well, yeah,
teams. They
they
can
can
beat the
beat
teams
Chelsea.
around them.
Yeah,
Well, not that
and then
hard.
let's talk about the team
I
that's
feel like
very.
I'm the only team that hasn't beaten Chelsea this year.
Yeah, you drew. I think you and I were in the same space at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Can't
then
believe I've
I've
got the
stopped
same
watching Man
pictures, right?
City. I know she's gonna get
Yeah.
mad at me, but I've stopped
Yeah,
watching City. They're just too good, man.
yeah.
There
They're
was a
inevitable.
point.
They
There was a
are
point where
inevitable.
Barca was that good, and they became very boring. But what they
Yeah.
did to Bournemouth this weekend, man, handing them 6-1, and what's his name? Not even getting on the scorecard. What's his name? Haaland.
And
That speaks.
Alvarez.
And
I had
Alvarez.
Haaland. I had Haaland captain and Alvarez in my team. I checked the score. It's 5-1. I'm like, yes, please. And then I look at this and they're both sitting on 2 points. I'm like, bruh, I captained you. How do you have two? Yeah, like, and then I check further and now he has an ankle
Yeah,
injury. What
Yeah,
the
he's
hell's
out.
going on?
Yeah,
yeah,
he was out 45th minutes, I think.
yeah,
But that Doku kid.
Doku.
Oh,
yeah.
ay, 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 ay. I don't know where
Now
he
Pep,
found him.
but guys, in general, Pep really knows how to buy good attackers. He hardly gets the attacking options wrong. He usually
Ay,
gets
ay,
people who just come in and do the job. So there,
ay,
I knew when they
that,
signed him because Doku had the most what I can take ons in Europe last season. He had the most take ons, and so I was like,
the,
okay,
the scary thing with this
yeah,
kid, right, is
yeah,
his pace,
hmm
his skill, and he buys himself time and he looks for his
mm.
teammates. Like if you
Decision making.
look at the 4 assists that he got this weekend. All
Mm.
of them is skill, pace, stop, come back.
Yeah,
Where my teammate? Cross, teammate, goal.
yeah,
It was
it's
that
decision
simple.
making. It's decision making, fam. Like you see how Shiva
That's
was
that's
describing
what it is.
Rashford.
Yeah.
Describing how Rashford can't think when he's in situations like that. Doku actually has end product. He actually knows how to use his brain, and we've seen glimpses of this. So I'm not
Yeah,
surprised that he did what he
his
did.
Mahrez 2.0.
Either
Because
I
Mario or
was
something
watching.
else. For me,
I,
Mario is
I I see him getting up to that level.
yeah, he
I
will
see.
definitely.
I I think it was Gary Neville. It was
Ah, fuck
one of these
that.
guys on
He's
one
a
of these
bitter
guys on
old
Ah,
Sky.
hack, that guy. He's a
But
bitter old
no,
hack, to
but
be honest.
what they were saying was commentating on Barcelona against Man City, and what he said was, it might have been Gary Neville. What he said was the reason why Leo Messi is the greatest of all time is because in every situation, every time he receives the ball or doesn't receive the ball, he always makes the right decision.
mm,
Every single time without fail. And you can't, it's like, how do you always, you can't do that. Like, you
mm.
can't, because like, you, you can't
You're
have all the
human.
information.
You're
Like,
human,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But every single time, he just, if the better option was to lay it off, he laid it off. If the better
Yeah,
option was to get in the box, he got in the box. Even sometimes, and this was again Gary Neville, you look at him and you be like, ah, okay, he's maybe got that decision wrong. Then play develops, and now you're like, oh shit,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was actually right. So
yeah,
that's, I think that's what separates the very good players from the world class players.
True.
yeah,
That
It's
ability
like
to just make the right decision.
you look at Kevin, Man City Kevin.
Yeah,
He's
he's
one
another one,
player.
eh?
His decision making is on another level. That if he
Yeah.
gets a decision wrong, we sit there and we're like, how?
Yeah,
yeah,
like
How,
what's going
Kevin?
on here? What's going on here? And
yeah,
also with Kevin, why like
Oh,
I
did that
I
show
actually
on the screen?
miss
yeah.
I actually miss watching Kevin play because
Yeah,
he was he just he did the right thing at the right time. There's nothing fancy. There's no flicks or tricks. It's if you I need to put the ball on that blade of grass. So he puts the ball on that blade of grass.
That's
And
that.
that's why X, you had that thing, Kaka or Kevin, and I said
mm,
Kevin. You're like, but Kaka was so much more entertaining. 100%, Kaka was so much more entertaining, but Kevin just got it right.
Yeah, I
He
think
just
also
he won
Kevin
games at the end.
Kevin is one of those. He's just like he's straight as an arrow. You'd say he's
Mm.
German, because
yeah.
it's not about flicks, tricks, and whatnot.
Nope.
It's just like yeah,
It's about the fundamentals. Let's just
Yeah,
call him Mr. Fundamentals, and he knows how to strike the ball as well. Yo,
yeah.
hey,
Just
Kevin knows how to
pure.
strike the ball
there's a
clean.
goal that
Right? It's like
there's a goal that he scored against Chelsea, and I think it was the 87th minute. I could be wrong, and we were home. Yes, the whole game
Yeah,
we
there
were
was
playing
some
in our
passion in
house.
that shot though against
Yeah,
yeah,
Courtois.
it was against Courtois. He was
He did
angry.
one. He did
even
one
in the champions.
this season that just
Yeah,
passed last season in the Champions League.
yo,
I
did you
remember
see
speaking
how?
to my mate. Yeah,
And you
I
know,
remember speaking to my mate the next day, and I'm like, there was
yeah,
some, there's still some passion there
Yeah, but
between the two of
he
them.
stole his girl. He's Mr. Steal Your Girl, so he gets what he got what he deserved.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know indeed, Jason, indeed, yeah.
Any other
Mm.
what's this?
Harry Kane
Lu-
scored a hat trick.
What's
Hey,
happening tonight? What's happening tonight, Clayton?
I'm
Oh
just
yeah, let's
waiting for
discuss.
the team to be announced in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I hate that the game is at 10, man. Yo.
Uh,
I'm not
time
You can't
not
tell
difference,
making
me.
this one.
whatnot. I'll stay up.
All right, bro. You'll keep me posted, bro. I'm already tired, bro. It's been a very
I'll
long
look at
day.
your statuses in the morning, CK.
Yeah, best believe. But do you guys think you'll
I
win though
won't.
against
I won't
Big
post
Ange?
anything. But yeah, I'm
Ah,
just
guy.
waiting. I'm waiting for the squad to be announced, and I'm excited. I think Spurs is their manager. Is taking them to levels that they haven't seen themselves in a very very long time. I love his interviews. I actually tune into his interviews. The guy's got like he's honest. He speaks his mind, and I like him.
Yeah, he's
I
not
like
trying to
his
play
energy,
these games or
dude.
anything
Yeah,
like that.
It's
It's
so
just,
refreshing.
yeah.
Like
I
he
think he knows.
speaks his. Hmm? Yeah, go for it.
I think he's he's a very self-aware person, bro. He
Yeah.
knows.
Dude,
Uh, yeah, yeah.
I'm loving his press conferences. Like when he speaks, he's just he's got that presence about him. He's not funny.
Yeah.
He's just himself. But yeah, I didn't think Madison would fit in as he has it at Spurs.
I
But
thought he
right
would.
now, yes, hey, right
I
now
thought
he
he
is.
would.
Why
Bro,
didn't you take him
Madison.
then?
Is what's his
40
name
mil.
back?
Yeah, it's because we don't have good scouts at United. We high as fuck, bro. Have you
That's
seen
true.
that package we get?
That's true. That's true.
But
Yeah,
okay, where would
yeah.
Madison play at United?
At
When
United,
Mount is gonna play.
bro, Bruno is gonna eat bench in my eyes, personally,
What?
dog. Madison over Bruno, dog.
Take a whole manager. So
Yeah.
you've got so now you've got two captains sitting on the bench. You've got Harry and you've got Bruno.
Bruno.
Hey, bro. Hey man, for me personally, dog. If I was there, bro, you know I like technicians, dog.
Yeah.
Madison is a technician. I'm like that, bro. I don't care about pace. I don't care about power, bro. It's like remember the midfield trio of Casemiro, Modric, Cruz. There's zero legs in that midfield, bro.
And then you
Zero
remember
legs. Let's be honest. Those
Well,
guys
you remember
unfast, but
The
they
Barcelona
yeah.
technical.
Iniesta. You remember Barcelona
Iniesta.
Iniesta,
Although
Xavi.
Iniesta had some legs,
Yeah,
but
Iniesta had some
Ah,
legs.
but
Yeah,
he
no,
but Shiva,
he
he
didn't
wasn't known.
rely on
no,
them.
Shiva,
Yes, he
no,
Yeah,
did. No, Iniesta had legs, dude. Iniesta
yeah,
had
but
no.
legs. The man was a
That's
Iniesta,
like
workhorse.
that's like comparing which is quick, a snail and a tortoise. They both
No, no, no,
slow.
no, 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 no.
both
That
slow.
that
I
guy
agree
could
with
press.
you there, end.
Look, he wasn't. He didn't have. He wasn't slow, but he wouldn't beat a man for pace, or he wouldn't go box to box. But that man
Yeah,
would press like an
I
animal.
think no, he knew how to manipulate the ball when he had the ball in by himself.
yeah. I'd say on the
I
ball
don't
he
think it
was.
was. I didn't say.
I think.
Ah,
No,
I think.
I'm not. I'm
I
not.
think.
I'm not taking this, dude. Iniesta is probably one of the best pressers like I've ever seen when it comes to
but
pressing a
remember
player.
I
but
think
he
maybe
wasn't
Shiva, you referring to
too
him
quick, eh?
being able to what I can read the passing lanes. Maybe that.
No, but like just like how
Yeah,
Firmino used to press people. Iniesta did the same thing.
so
He was on
Firmino is
top of
quick.
them. Okay,
Yeah,
fine. Yes, he didn't have that like pace, and he wasn't as explosive. But
yeah,
it was like you couldn't when he got the ball, there was just no way to get it off him. And when you got the ball, he's just suddenly on top of you.
yeah.
And it's
I,
like, what do you
I
do?
hear you.
What do you do?
I hear you. But yeah,
Most
Busquets.
technicians are
So
not fast, bro.
yeah, you
Yeah,
look at Busquets, you look at Xavi, you look at
Xavi.
Iniesta. There's no pace there.
dude. Even your team. Remember Matic, Fabregas.
There was no.
Slow mid. That those guys can't move
Yeah.
for shit. But you guys were problematic with those two
Yeah.
guys. You see
Okay,
what
so
I'm saying?
the starting
Yeah,
11 looks. It's out. Let me just check.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm also
And
just
let's
trying to
check it out,
find it.
right? Yeah. Let's just check
Okay,
it out.
Udogi is starting. I see Udogi is starting. At least he's back. Can get some FPL points
Yeah,
next week if I
I don't
decide to
care. Oh,
bring
Jackson
Gallagher.
starts up front. Hey, Gallagher starts. Yeah, we basically don't have a change side. Rich James starts. Yeah, it's a good side. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Let me just
I
show
Casero in the middle, Enzo, Gallagher. Hey, Gallagher, there's still question marks around it. Sterling
I
needs to
like
show up.
Gallagher. I
He's a
like
Ah,
Gallagher.
workhorse.
Shiva. You
He's
guys,
no look,
man.
look, look.
Ah,
He's not gonna.
I think
He's
I
not.
think I
He's
think
not gonna
I think
win you
Shivar needs
anything.
to get
But
Shivar needs to get load shedded, guys.
yeah, Shiva.
no, look. He's not. He's not. How do I say this? He's not a technician, right?
Ah,
It's not a
But
lot of
he
things.
gives 100% every game. He
yeah,
doesn't let
just
110.
heads
He gives
drop.
110%.
Is
And
I hear
Scott
you.
yes,
McTominay does the exact same shit, man.
but the
Exact
Isn't
same.
Scott
problem.
McTominay? Isn't Scott McTominay your leading goal scorer?
He is, but still, dog. You sit there and dog, man. Fuck off. You see, you're ruining everything, dog.
See, that's not a bad side. Because
X is
the thing with
hating on his
Gallagher
leading goal
is
scorer.
he knows what he is. He's not gonna try now to do some flicks and tricks. He knows he's there to do the donkey work so that Enzo and Caicedo can do,
Yeah.
the smart
I'm
work.
coming now. Just 2 seconds.
Yeah. Appa's gonna be interesting. Oh, Brendan
Ooh,
Johnson is starting.
I like Johnson. I like
Yeah.
Johnson.
I prefer.
Yeah,
I like Cole. I like Cole.
yeah,
Cole Palmer is
yeah.
nice, bro. Yeah. I just think, you see, when you come from City's academy, chances are there's something about you. I don't think that
Yeah.
academy signs uh, washed up players. They usually sign
Mm.
technicians, bro. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Shiva. I'm just all about technique, bro.
No,
Like,
I get you.
that's
I
just,
get
even
you.
in
Like,
all sports, even in basketball, bro. You Jokic, I'm not sure if you know this other guy, Nikola Jokic. He's the best basketball player in the world. Can barely jump over a stone.
mm,
Zero athleticism. Zero.
yeah,
But the
but
skill
it's all
set,
here,
the
and it's all
skill
here
set,
in the hand.
he's
No,
unplayable,
dude,
bro.
I am
Yeah.
with you 100%.
Mm,
Like, the technicians are the best players to watch,
bro.
but there is room in the sport for your Jordan
Yeah.
Hendersons, for your Conor
100%.
Gallagher's, James Milner's. You guys had Darren
But,
Fletcher. There
but
is
they shouldn't be a core. They shouldn't be your core, bro.
no.
That's my
And you're
They
leading
thing.
goal
They
scorers.
shouldn't be your
they
core,
shouldn't be
dog.
your leading goal scorers.
Yeah, and they shouldn't be your core. I just think, man, they shouldn't be your core. It's like,
They're the
even when
guys
you
you
look,
bring on to close off a game, that type of
oh,
thing.
you, like you just said, their role is to be a workhorse. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Get the
yeah,
ball, give it to the good guys.
yes.
Essentially, that's cool. But hey, man, hey, you shouldn't be like, your primary players shouldn't be that, bro.
Like,
And
every
the moment,
team needs one,
yeah,
but if you have
one.
more than one, it's a problem.
You see,
Yeah. So
yeah.
if you zoom in, hey, the middle is going to be an interesting one. You look at Bissouma, you look at Sa, you look at Enzo, you look at Moses.
Yeah,
I think you guys have the technicians.
yeah,
Like, Enzo's probably the most technical player on the pitch, but I think I think they beat you in midfield.
Hey,
yep.
but Bissouma has turned over a new leaf.
Yeah,
But he's always been
He's
good, bro. It's homeboy. It's this coach. Conte is the one who was ruining him. He's always been good. Basuma has always been quality, dog. Like Brighton, players from Brighton are usually dope, bruh. They know how to play football. Like,
as I
they
said, the
just know how
puppy
to.
even wants to go to bed now, but you're
yeah,
making
no.
him
Yeah.
watch the Chelsea game.
Yeah.
We need to call the SPCA for that.
We should, bro. Just use this as
Nah.
evidence, bruh. Use
It
this
just
as
comes
evidence.
it just comes in it comes and it chills here. That's when I know what time it is.
Yeah. I know, gents. An hour and 2 minutes, I think. Yeah, we should call it now. Uh, but yeah, thanks again. I'm glad my internet was behaving this time around. And yeah, man. Ish.
You
we got
you
a we
you
got a
find you
screenshot
finally
of you,
paid
Sinclair.
Yeah, we
your
do.
internet.
Now hold it, Shiva. Hold that screenshot just in case he says something stupid. We're
Uh,
gonna present it when he says some stupid shit. Just hold on to it, bro. We're
I'll,
just getting all
I'll
the
keep
ammo.
quiet.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining. Much appreciated. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Help a brother out. I know it's load shedding, but hey, we got to shoot. We gotta continue,
Don't
providing
have
you
a
content.
choice.
We have no choice. This is Easy Sport, and we out. Peace.
Peace.
cheers, guys.
Cheers, eh?
Anime.